Hello beautiful souls, and welcome to our Capricorn season pick a card reading. So let's dive in and see what this season is going to hold in store for you. So welcome to Capricorn season, the cardinal earth sign. Capricorn is the ruler of the 10th house, and it's very much about achieving and your material or physical success in the world around you. It is ruled by Saturn, and it has the sea goat as its symbol. If you know any Capricorns, or if you have any Capricorn in your sun, moon, rising, or in any of your chart, you all know that this is a very determined energy, and if they set their mind to something, they will definitely go and do it and achieve it. So it can be a really successful energy to have in your chart. So don't forget to have a look at your chart and see where it falls, or at least what house it rules in your chart, because that will definitely be highlighted this month. So the two decks I'm using today are the White Newman Tarot, which you guys know I love, and the Soul Plan Energy cards. We didn't use those last month because I felt affirmations were more necessary, but this month, because there's such a strong push for achievement, I felt we needed a little bit of a deeper insight into what's going on. So I just invite you to close your eyes for a moment and just take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, just let go of any cares or any worries or any thoughts of the day. Just bring yourself fully into this present moment and just ask yourself, what do I need to know during Capricorn season to guide me and to support me at this time? And when you're ready, open your eyes and just choose from either card pile 1 on the left or card pile 2 on the right, and just trust your intuition, trust your gut as you choose. Just allow yourself to really go with what feels right, as opposed to what you may normally choose. I just invite you to really tune in and see what's coming up for you this season. So if you chose card pile number 1, then your main theme is the 9 of Wands. And this card is definitely giving that exhausted energy, I feel. She looks just tired of all the things that she's been through, right? And she's still carrying one wand, and she's got the lantern raised, and you probably won't see it, I'll do close-ups, but the lantern almost looks like it's like spitting out light or blood. It just feels like she's been through a battle, right? So this card typically talks about you becoming resilient and overcoming struggles. So it could be that recently things have felt, I want to use the word wobbly, okay? Don't know why that's coming in. Unsteady, wobbly, okay? Feels like the foundations haven't felt strong or solid for you. Maybe it feels a bit like on a seesaw. Okay, this is the imagery that's coming in now. So maybe things have felt a little bit like they can tip either way for you, and you just are exhausted by the whole thing. And of course this card is saying you have the strength, you have the resilience, you have that inner courage to see things through. It's just about having that belief and that faith in yourself, and this card is coming to say you absolutely have that. So lean into that, trust that side of yourself. We also notice that this card is completely all about the reds, the browns, so I'm feeling like there's also guidance here for you to ground yourself, okay? To go outside and to stand on the earth, or I don't know, do something where you're physically touching the earth, I think is really important, but making grounding an everyday thing for you. Because the thing is, when we go through difficult or traumatic or stressful times, we're very often ungrounded, because it's almost like we go in shock and we leave our body a little bit. So this card, I feel, is saying it's safe for you to be on earth, it's safe for you to ground yourself. You have that resilience, you need to overcome this. This too shall pass, right, is what's coming in. So she's still confident, her stance is strong, she's not cowering or hiding or anything like that, but she's got this like really tired yet determined look. So there may still be a few things that you're working through, and navigating is the word that's coming up, but certainly this card is saying you can do that. And your soul plan energy is the energy number 10, potential manifestation, direct spiritual connection, balance of divine masculine and feminine aspects. Now this, I think, speaks to the resilience that the first card talks about. I very much feel that you are being invited here to balance the masculine and the feminine within you, right? Because when we're being asked to come into a space of resilience, sometimes we immediately think, oh, I need to go into the masculine for that. I need to be tough exterior, be really cold, harden my heart, I never will love again, that kind of thing, right? And actually this card is saying it's safe for you to have a softness to you. It's safe for you to have a softness to your heart. You don't have to pull up the walls or draw up the drawbridge and hide away, right? And put those walls around you. It's okay. So if you can find a form of balance within yourself, naturally actually come into a space of resilience. And for me, resilience is all about that non-attachment, okay? So it's about being able to see and understand or connect to something, but not become overly absorbed in it, to be able to acknowledge it and then let it flow away. Whether it's your stuff or someone else's that you're acknowledging, it's the ability to say, okay, but I don't have to hold on to that. I can move that through me, or I can let that flow in front of me or behind me, whatever it is, but it doesn't have to become part of my identity. I don't have to harden myself to it. I also don't have to absorb it, which would be being too feminine, right? And of course, you know, I'm talking about the divine masculine and feminine, which is the feminine being the soft, receptive, intuitive side, and the masculine being the more proactive, productive, putting yourself out there, pushing for change or action, right? So it's important that that's kind of coming up in Capricorn season, because obviously Capricorn can be seen as quite a masculine energy because it's very much about achieving things and getting things done. So this card is saying it's safe for you to balance those two aspects within yourself, those two sides of yourself, and come from a really centered, grounded, loving space. So if you chose card pile number 2, then you chose Five of Swords as your main theme for Capricorn season. And yes, the Five of Swords definitely brings an element of conflict or difficulty or defeat, but also there is the chance for there to be reconciliation and making amends, or things going slightly better. So it might be that recently there's been some form of conflict. I think this is conflict around you, but for some of you this could be internal conflict, so do tune into which one that is for yourself. But I'm getting the sense that it's conflict around you because we have the 3 birds here. We've got like an eagle, a blackbird, and then a raven maybe, or maybe it could be a seagull. Probably isn't, but we've really got these 3 birds here. So that could mean that there's 3 parties involved in what's going on here, but it's basically saying that there's been some kind of disagreement or conflict, or what the word that's coming in is betrayal perhaps. And if you can see, there's 1 bird that's looking to the right of the screen but to the left on the card, and then there's 2 birds looking to the right on the card but on the left on the screen. That's confusing. But basically they're looking in different directions. So it could be that you feel as though you're looking in one direction and your perspective is one direction, your insights, your feelings, your thoughts in one direction, and the other people or person involved are the total opposite. And you're just like, how can I reconcile this? How can I come into a space of balance or peace with these people or this person? Because ultimately it just feels like we have such conflicting views or ideas. So for some of you, this could be centered around work. I'm wondering if there's been a collaboration perhaps that you've done, and maybe they are pulling in different directions of what you had hoped for when you originally connected with them. So I would invite you to really stand your ground and to think, what remains authentic to me? Because ultimately it's important that you stick with what's authentic. And if you've outgrown a situation, or if it has fulfilled its destiny as far as it's meant to go, it's okay to let that go. It's okay to say, okay, thank you for the time that we've spent together. Actually, I'm going to move forwards and do my own thing. And the reason that I say that is because your soul plan card that came through is energy number 9, and this is peacemaking, power and protection. Claiming of power and offering it in love, protection and service, okay? Now that's interesting that there's 3 things here: love, protection and service, because we're talking about the 3 birds there. So claiming of your power. So this is really saying, stand your ground, hold your boundaries. What feels authentic and true to you? That is going to be really, really important. And we know Capricorn season is all about those achievements, right? So even if this isn't necessarily going to achieve what you had hoped for, perhaps it's going to achieve something different, okay? We have to remember that even though we have a plan, there's also a divine plan, okay? And so things don't always go our way. That sometimes is a form of protection, okay? Rejection is protection, as you'll have heard many people in the spiritual world say. I think it's important that you actually look at this situation, and again, if it's an inner conflict, you can ask yourself. But if it's an outer conflict, look at the situation, ask yourself, really, what's going to be the healthiest thing for me to choose here? What's going to make me the happiest, healthiest, wealthiest version of myself, okay? So you may have to make some compromise there, or it may be that actually by letting go of something that you think is going to create wealth for you, you actually invite a different form of wealth into your life. Now it does talk here about offering your power in love, protection and service. So there is a kind of invitation this month for you to lean more into being of service towards others by really being that vessel for the divine, okay? So maybe you can take that a bit further once you've come through this, once you've expanded or moved beyond that, or if you've reconciled it. Again, it's up to you, okay? You have free will in this situation. It's up to you to decide what serves you the best. So I really invite you to think of that, because then when you're in that space, then you can turn around and be of service to others, okay? Offer that love, that protection, that divine vessel that you are to others, okay? I hope that you've enjoyed this reading. Let me know how it resonates in the comments below. I love hearing from you guys. It's so nice when I see your comments coming through as notifications, and all of your likes and all of your shares, and when you guys message me as well. It literally makes my day. I love it so much. I hope that you've enjoyed this. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in next week's video. Oh, I'm freezing and I need some lunch. Card and it, oh my god, I'm freezing. My hands are like ice. I can't stop yawning. Man, I'm freezing. It's really cold today. I very much feel that you are being, you know, if you've got a lucky number or something like, you know, some people obviously have a lucky number. So we are going to have a pick a card. So I'll pick a card in your sun, moon, rose sign, and it is, we know that